Welcome into the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. From Texarkana to El Paso, the Panhandle to San Angelo, the Permian Basin to East Texas, Waco, Wichita Falls to Lubbock, and many points in between. We celebrate the remarkable achievements of female high school athletes based on performances on and off the field and courts. From Class 6A to private schools, it's the Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Joining me now, a multiple state champion and the all-time record holder in the 300-meter hurdles in Texas state history, the one and only Lainey Jernigan of Goldthwaite, who is our Class 2A Greater Texas Ford Dealers Female Athlete of the Month. Well, Lainey, congratulations on all your success. I think about all the incredible athletes that have come out of the Lone Star State, and you were standing tall as the only one to go that fast in the 300-meter hurdles. How did you pull it off, and what does it mean to you to be the only one?
I just put a lot of work in, and I had a little less time this season just because of state basketball. So I had to work a lot on my own, and I feel like that really motivated me. And I went in with a goal and just pushed as hard as I could. So it means a lot to me just to make my family proud and my town proud because, we have a great community here, and I knew they'd support me no matter what.
Well, everybody's so darn proud of you. I know I am as well, and so are the people at Ford. Did you have any inkling that you could set an all-time state record like that going in?
I that was my goal, but I wasn't sure how it would work out. The weather had been bad early that morning, but by the time we got to the meet, I was feeling good. I was feeling ready. The weather felt good, and it couldn't have been more perfect. So I went in with that goal and I practiced that. I had gotten down. I was more confident in that race than I have been in my whole life. And so I definitely had a feeling that it would happen.
You know, it's a really good point. You think about track and field, you're always dealing with the elements. You're always dealing with the wind in the state of Texas, and you got to hope everything is just right. But also, so many kids struggle with performing in that one moment because that's the only moment you got, right? And yet, you're one of those girls that enjoys the brightest lights and performing on the biggest stage. What is it about that that gets the best out of you?
I feel like I really strive in that atmosphere. It just really gets me, ready to go. The adrenaline's going. And so, I have more fun at that meet than I have at any meet. So I love knowing that everyone's there to support me, and that makes me feel more at peace than nervous. Like I felt good going into that race.
Well, not only are you the all-time record holder, but you also swept both hurdles gold medals when you talk about the 100 and the 300, and you also anchored the gold medal relay team from your school. What do you do with all these medals? Does dad add like an extension to your house, and do you have a spotlight on them? Are they spinning around in a room? What do you do with all these medals? I mean, how do you have enough room?
Well, we put them in a shadow box. My dad, he's real crafty. He likes to present them, so he put them all up on the wall for me.
Well, tell me about that relay team. What a special group of girls, winning gold there. What made you guys more elite than everybody else? What separated you?
I feel like we just have a really good bond, and the hard workouts bring us closer. And so, we're all out here struggling together, and we had a goal. They are really committed girls in this sport, and I've never seen anyone work as hard as they do. And so they showed up every day in practice, and I feel like that's what made the difference is that just, our team chemistry and how much we were willing to push.
We hear that you have such a tremendous drive. Often you'll practice on your own and push yourself. Where does that come from?
I feel like I've always been pretty competitive, but I grew up, a sports oriented family in town. And it's not unusual here in Goldthwaite to see people out at the track or in the gym working, on the weekends. That's something we do is during basketball, we'll go play pickup games for fun, and we'll go run at the track together, even though it's not necessary. But I just feel like our town is really built around sports, and so that helps me a lot.
Well, you come from an amazing family of hurdlers, and it all starts with your dad, who is also a state champion. We were able to muster up a picture back in the day when he was doing it back in 1994, where he was the champion in the 110 hurdles. And boy, back then, they used 2x4, sometimes bamboo sticks and, cups and stuff like that to put it all together. How much do you hear about the glory days from your dad?
Well, he does share with me a little bit. I actually haven't seen the pictures yet, but I'm sure he's going to show them to me. But I just think it's really cool to go in the gym and see his picture up on the wall and then see mine down below his. And for other people to be able to see that, I feel like it means a lot to him and to our family.
What are the biggest lessons you've learned from him in the hurdle game?
I've just learned discipline for one, and to just stay composed because everyone's dealing with the same atmosphere, the same emotions, and so it's just really who can handle it the best. Because at the state level, everyone is the best that there is, and so whoever can handle the situation, I feel like he's really taught me how to keep myself composed.
Yeah, I think about him. He's a tremendous coach, very loved at that school. Also coaches football, of course, hurdles. Such an inspiration in all of that. But boy, when you talk about hurdles, there's so much timing and mental stuff that's going on because you got to make sure your steps are right to get over the hurdle just right to get the maximum speed. How much do you work at that?
I work hurdles a lot. It takes up a lot of time. On top of that, you also got to get in your running conditioning. But I love it. I love working on hurdles, and it is kind of like a full-time job, but it's something that I love to do and I'm willing to put the work into. And so working on my hurdle technique is something that my dad has helped me out a lot with.
Well, your dad tells a great story about you, how you have so much discipline when it comes to eating and being healthy. But when you finally set the all-time state record, you couldn't wait to have a half gallon of ice cream. What's up with that?
Well, I do. I'm just like my dad, so we have big sweet. I'm a big sweet tooth person, and during track season especially, I really do try not to eat too bad. I try to, because what you're eating is how you're gonna feel, and I want to feel my best, and so I usually try to keep a pretty good diet during track season. But I was looking forward to that ice cream.
I bet that tasted good knowing you were a state champion.
Yes, sir.
Well, we talked about your dad. You have two sisters, and they both have played in the game of hurdles. You have an older sister who is now performing at San Angelo State, and she's doing big things. Your younger sister, she's all ready to break all of your records. We'll see how all that goes. What is it like around the family? What's the dynamic of three sisters that are so competitive? Are there just hurdles like kind of lined up around your house all the way to school?
Surprisingly, no.
How much do you and your sisters push each other?
Well, track's not her favorite thing, but she definitely likes to put the work in because she is competitive. And so, I found it very fun to get to have my little sister hurdling with me this year. And, with it being my last year, it was good for us to get to spend time together on the track. And I think it brought us closer. And I feel like I was able to leave, a good mark for her to be able to look up to and to show her that, like, you're going to fall down sometimes or you're going to have off days, but you're going to be okay at the end of the day.
I'm just imagining dinners at your house, just talking about all the state championships that you're playing for. And your mom was a decorated volleyball player, and she did big things. She went to state twice in Springtown. How much has she meant to you, driving you around all these games and supporting you?
My mom, she helps me put together all the essentials I need to take to the track meets, and she's always shown up. And, I just feel like she's such a strong person, and she knows what it's like to compete at a high level. So she knows the stress or the pressure, and she really helps me handle that also.
You were also a member of that world famous Lady Eagles basketball team that made it to state. What was that experience like?
Now, that was something that, I have worked with or worked for my whole life with all my friends. Basketball is something that, we all do all together. And it's more of like for a fun type of thing. Everyone, like, we've always done it for fun in the summer, but during the season we really are super competitive in basketball. And so I just think it's a really fun experience with my friends and something that we've looked forward to our whole lives. I mean, basketball is super time consuming, and it's something I've done since I was little, and it's taken up all summer every year. And so for us to make it to state, it was a dream come true. I mean, it's what we've wanted forever.
And what you were able to pull off, I mean, you kind of make it out like it's a hobby. And yeah, we made it to state, but this has been a long time hobby since you were a little tiny girl. You were all region, all state, second in scoring on the team, defensive MVP in the district. And at 5'7.5", did you feel absolutely unstoppable out there?
I mean, I did know there's some tall girls out there, but I did feel pretty confident at the time, just because I mean, at that point of the season, we had our basics down. We knew what we were doing, and it didn't turn out exactly. We didn't win, but I feel like it was a win just getting to be there and be in that atmosphere. It's what we've always wanted to do.
And you've been surrounded by greatness in everything that you do. I think about your head basketball coach, Angie Hermsmeyer, who played for the great Jody Conrad at Texas for the Texas Longhorns. What was that experience like playing under her? I mean, she's basically Texas royalty. And what kind of lessons did you learn from her?
She's definitely an inspiration, and she is super disciplined, and she knows what it takes to be great. And I mean, learning under her and just getting to have her as a coach was an amazing experience. And I definitely think it contributed so much to who we all are as people.
Yeah, and her daughter, Hope, is a really good friend of yours. She was the leading scorer. How much did you guys push each other? I know you guys are besties.
Yes, I'm so proud of Hope, and I always knew that she would do great things. And she's super competitive too. And when she puts her mind to something, I know she's going to get it done. And basketball is one of those things for her.
Who are some of the other girls that you've enjoyed going to battle with there at that school?
Well, Abby Patrick, for one, she's my best friend, and I would do anything for her. And no matter what she's a part of, I know she has my back. And, in track, she came with us. She did my hair at every track meet. She makes sure that I have what I need to succeed. And I tried my best to do the same for her. Rainy House, I did not run cross country this year, but she was taking them to state. And so we support each other in everything. I went to state, or we went to track meets and cross country meets together, and she came to our basketball games. So we all definitely push each other together as a team.
How much did your track help your basketball? Because I feel like you probably didn't even break a sweat when you play basketball because you're so used to all the running.
I think it definitely helped, even though they are very different types of in shape. I can be my peak basketball shape and I go to track season, I'm out of breath, or the other way around. It's different conditioning, but it definitely does help to be doing both at the same time.
Well, Ashley Spradley is your track and cross country coach there. She's the one that nominated you for this honor. What has she meant to you?
Coach Spradley, I mean, she means the world to me, and she would do anything for us. And I know that. And I know that, I mean, she's an inspiration to my life and to everyone else around us. And a lot of people look up to her, and we know that she has our backs no matter what.
So what did you think when you heard that you were the best female athlete in the state this month, thanks to your Greater Texas Ford dealers?
Well, I actually didn't even know I had been nominated for it. My dad came in the house and he was like, "Congratulations." And I was like, "For what?" And then that's when he told me, and I was super excited. I mean, I was shocked because I had no idea, but I just think that's an amazing opportunity, and I'm very appreciative of it.
Yeah, and I know the Ford dealers, they're happy that you're driving around in a Ford Bronco Sport, right? What color is that thing and what year?
It's cactus gray. I think it's 2021. I'm not super sure, but I mean, I love it so much.
Well, it is built Ford tough, a lot like your athletic career. I think about all the girls' sports that are going on at Goldthwaite. Pretty amazing this school year. There's just 42 girls competing, 31 medals. Cross country goes to state pretty much every single year. Your basketball team, we talked about it, went all the way to state. Girls golf went to state. What is it about your school and all the records that you've put together that it just produces so many champions?
I mean, we put in the work. We put in the work in the off seasons and whatever season you're in. And I just feel like we have great ethics and morals. And, we're very much a God community and we all go to church together. And I just feel like we all have a very good foundation and we know what it takes. And so, I mean, we have amazing coaches and teachers who are always going to be here for us. And we have a very close community. I mean, I've known my friends for 13 years. And so we have a lot of trust in our program.
Well, you're going to continue your amazing career. You got a full ride scholarship to go to Angelo State. That's where your dad and mom went and met. What was it about that school that enticed you?
Well, the coach definitely, he seems very, competitive and disciplined. And I know that he's going to help me a lot with where I want to be. And I met a lot of the athletes there. And I've met my roommate I'm going to be running with and another friend that is going to be coming in with me. And so I just feel like that school had a lot of what I was looking for in a college. And I feel like I'll really grow there.
So, you have a tremendous legacy at your school. Everybody's going to remember you as an all-time record holder and just a tremendous girl, great in the classroom as well. You get it done in so many phases. How do you want to be remembered when you come back for your class reunion, say a decade from now?
Well, I mean, I definitely want people to remember that I always tried my best to be a friend to everybody. And, I want people to see Jesus in me and see how I work my hardest and that you can succeed in the face of adversity and that, yeah, basically.
Well said. Well, Lainey, so fun to celebrate your greatness. And we're looking forward to seeing you in the Olympics one day. Congratulations on being your Greater Texas Ford Dealers Class 2A Female Athlete of the Month.
Thank you.
Your Greater Texas Ford Dealers is so proud to recognize the hard work, dedication, perseverance, and passion of so many Texas high school female athletes who inspire us all. Here's this month's winners. And don't forget, you can see their interviews at Greater TX Ford for Greater Texas Ford Dealers. From Class 1A to 6A, plus private schools, we celebrate them all. Thanks so much for watching the Greater Texas Ford Dealers inaugural Female Athlete of the Month. See you next time.